Hi Year 7s, this video is about 5F expanding brackets, which is an amazing mathematical rule. But before we start that one, you really need to make sure you feel good about the algebra we have done so far. So I'm going to put a warm-up up. What I would suggest that you do is you write these questions down, you pause the video and you try and solve those questions. If you can't solve them, then you need to really make sure and go back to these ideas before you keep going with this topic. Okay, let's have a look. So, the first one, we've got 6x plus 4x. Now, can I add it to 4 of something? Yes, but only because these are like terms. So, like terms mean that they are the same variable or pronumeral to the same power. They're both x, which means they're the same letter, and they both have the same power. The power that is not there, it's invisible, but because we're lazy mathematicians sometimes, it's a power of 1. 6x plus 4x equals 10x. Okay, I can add the coefficients together. Coefficients is, of course, a fancy word for the number. All right, now, if you didn't get that one right, you probably need to use 5D. The next one is 6x times 4x. When we are multiplying terms, the first thing we focus on is the numbers. 6 times 4 equals 24. Hopefully we can get that one, 6 times 4. Then the next part is the letters, x times x. So we need to remember our rules with powers, x times x. Well, anything times itself is just like saying that item squared. So the answer for that one is going to be 24x. And if you don't feel confident with that one, then you probably need to go revisit 5e. Number 3, 6x minus 4x equals 2x. Again, that's like 5d. They're the same. They are like terms. You can subtract them and you can focus on the coefficients, the numbers subtracting. The last one is 6x divided by 4x. Now, if we want to, we can division into a fraction divided by 4x. Again, I always just focus on the numbers first. So if I deal with that fraction, which is 6 over 4, is there a factor that goes into 6 and goes into 4? 6 over 4, can I simplify that? They're both even. So they can both be divided by 2. All right, so I'm going to divide them both by 2, and that gives me 3 over 2. Okay, then, sorry, we've done the number bit. I need to focus on the letters now. X divided by x. Think about any number because x is just representing a number. 10 divided by 10. 50 divided by 50. Negative 5 divided by negative 5. What do you always get when you do those? X divided by x is the same thing. It will give you the answer of 1. So that means that we have got x divided by x, well, they can actually be divided both by x. So we divide by x on the top, divide by x on the bottom, and we're left with 1 and 1. So what's actually going to happen is we've got 3 from the number times 1 and 2 times 1, which we can just write as 3 over 2 as a simplified fraction. Okay, so that fourth one, 6x over 4x, is 3 over 2. If you feel confident with those 4 warm-up questions, then you're ready to go for today's lesson.